welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show, take two. I forgot to hit start the broadcast last time, so happy to be here with you guys. It's 4 o'clock on Thursday, the 13th of April. I'll be here for the full hour for episode number 352 of the Immigration Answer Show. I've been in my office all day, so I decided to come down to conference room A and do the show from in here. The lighting's a little bit weird, but I have to mix it up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD and I can't sit in a room all day doing the same thing. So I'm happy to be here with you. Happy to be talking to all of you, my friend Huli, and everyone else in the comments. Go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. I see Nurse Laura's here, Nikita's here, Tyrone is here, Sandra's here, Chetty's here, Gurjeet's here. All right, everybody. Shelly Rowe is here. Let us know where you're watching from. Say hello, introduce yourself. Let us know what you're thinking about, what you're wondering about. And if you want to join us in the waiting room, which it looks like is already full, we will get to you when you can. Pat's ready to go. What do you say, Pat?
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. So, Jim, went for my marriage interview, Minneapolis field office, February 17. So, the interview went pretty well. Normally, the lady that interviewed me and my wife, she said my case is ready to be approved, but she can't approve it because I did file for asylum. So my question is, so since we did file a lawsuit, right? They gave them till May 22nd,
Okay.
and on March 22nd they approved my I-130.
Mhm.
So I don't want to call her name. So one of your team members that is representing us with the lawsuit. So she said, let us give them they requested till May 22nd, because normally in the law says that you have to wait for 90 days. So my question for you is, what do you think will be the next step? Is it that like the approval letter comes first, or is it like the green card comes first? Because she said they need to review my asylum case, because I went during my interview and my lawyer was there. He told the lady that she doesn't have to look at my asylum case because it has nothing to be in common with my marriage case. So, and she said, sure, she doesn't have to look at it, but she has to go see her supervisor for approval. So, what is your own thought about that?
I would say that unless there's something in your asylum case, there's two ways the asylum case could screw you up. One would be if there's anything in there that wasn't true. And the other would be if there's any mention of any activities or groups that would not prevent you from getting asylum, but would prevent you from getting a green card. So sometimes, it's a different standard. Lawful permanent residence is a different standard than whether or not you get refuge, whether you get asylum in the United States. So to me, that's probably an inexperienced officer. It sounds like, because obviously I've had, I wouldn't say hundreds, but I've had tens of green card cases approved where nobody ever went back and looked at the asylum case. I had an asylum case once where the person had filed an application about being gay and not being able to live as a gay man back in Cameroon, but then married a U.S. citizen woman and got it approved. So I think that they would really have to find a smoking gun in the asylum case to deny the 485. Otherwise, I think you're okay.
And during the interview, she even said that before they even scheduled me for my interview, right? Because when we went to downtown Minneapolis for the interview, they didn't see my name in the system. Then my lawyer asked her, how come? She said it was manually typed. So it was not like the system sends me the mail. And definitely my lawyer didn't even know, they didn't send him any letter for the interview. So, and she said, they have tried to request for my paperwork for my asylum case, and it's in Fairfax, Virginia, and they are not sending it. So, and my lawyer said definitely they are not still going to send it.
So that's why it's good there's a lawsuit, because that's a ticking clock. Otherwise, they don't have a ticking clock, and nobody cares when your asylum case gets there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm just waiting till next Monday, 22nd, and see what they say. Then I will let you know.
See you, man.
All right, thank you, Jim.
All right, that's our old friend Pat. All right, remember, everybody, I need to see that you're in the waiting room so that I know that there's a live person there before I call on people. So if I don't see people right now, I just see me and Huli. Everyone else is sort of off camera. All right, let's go to Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, I'm new to this show, but I have a couple of questions about my immigration situation.
Go for it.
Yeah, so right now I'm an asylum applicant. I've been stuck in the backlog for more than 6 years, but I'm eligible to go through the green card process, which I'm actually thinking about. But I also did overstay my F1 visa, so I know the 10-year ban would apply to me. How would I go about, fixing that, when I file for my marriage-based green card?
So let's back up. Where are you from?
Kenya,
And how did you enter the United States?
F1 visa.
So you were properly inspected.
Yes,
You still have proof of your inspection,
yes,
and you applied for asylum. You're in that gulf of cases from like 2015 to 2017 where there was no interview.
yes, yeah. End of 2016 is when I applied for asylum.
Okay. And you never had your interview and haven't been sent to immigration court or anything?
Correct, yeah.
And now you are married to or going to get married
I'm soon, yeah.
to a U.S. citizen?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And so what was the 10-year bar you were talking about?
So between being a student and when I applied for asylum, I was out of status.
Oh yeah, but that's all forgiven when you're married to a U.S. citizen, so you don't need a waiver.
Oh, really? So if I travel out of the country after filing my green card, the 10-year ban would not apply to me?
Well, sweetheart, you're not going to apply until you get your green card. You're not going to leave the United States until you get your green card, is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
You're going to stay here. You're going to do it all here. You could get advanced parole, but if you're out of status for so long and applied for asylum, I would beg you not to leave until you actually have the green card in hand.
Because I was actually...
You've waited this long.
Yeah.
And you have a clear path to a green card. I would really encourage you not to leave the United States until you have it in hand.
So the 10-year ban would apply if I traveled with like a travel document, like the I-131?
In theory, it shouldn't, but I would never let my client leave under those circumstances.
Okay, so if I was to apply for my green card today, would I just do the I-130 and 485 without... Would I need to do that waiver form? I think it was 893 or something, or 693. I don't remember.
693 is the medical. So if
no, not the medical.
Yeah.
I mean the one to waive the ban so I can come back.
That's a 601. No, you don't need to do that.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
So just real quick, so you're clear. If you get married and file, you're going to file the I-130, the I-130A, the I-45, the 765, the 131, the
the 76. But I do have a work permit.
Still apply for another one. Still apply for, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it.
Okay. So quick question, because I'm actually going to renew my work permit this fall.
Yeah.
So should I hold off on doing that if I'm planning on filing for my green card? Because I'm also thinking getting married around the same time.
Well, it'll take 6 or 7 months for you to get your work card. So I would want you to be able to keep working. So I would say do both.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye, Rachel. Good luck. All right. MK's here. What do you say, MK?
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
I'm very well, sir. It's good evening from here, from UK. Hope you're very well. Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Kareem.
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to ask you a quick question. It's a pleasure being on the show. That I got divorced in 1st of March in Egypt, and on the divorce certificate they gave, it says there revocable divorce. Now, will that be a problem with USCIS when I go to marry my new spouse?
What does that mean, revocable divorce? Hello? Did we lose MK? MK, are you still here? I don't know. Maybe he'll come back. All right. Natter's here. What do you say, Natter?
Hello. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Nader. How you doing?
I'm good. I think you are the only one can help me with my case.
Uh-oh. That sounds like
Yeah.
a tall order.
Yeah. So first I came, okay, I'm Egyptian. I came from Egypt. I applied for asylum in USA in Virginia 2016 and then stayed for a long time, as you know. And then on the 2020, I met a guy, we've been in fall in love, and then we married on 2021 in September. And then we stayed over a year until the last December. We had our interview. Our interview was in December, and tomorrow will be 4 months after this interview. We didn't hear anything from the officer. The officer mentioned that they will look on my asylum case because they need to be like both of them together, but I didn't hear anything from them. So tomorrow will be 120 days after the asylum. What I should do?
You mean 120 days after the interview?
Yeah, after the interview, yes, for my marriage case.
So, did you ever have an interview on your asylum case?
No, they put it on the storage for forever until
Yeah, they did. That's a good phrase. They put it on the storage. What was your entry? You entered on a visit visa,
Yeah.
student visa, or what?
They said they put it on the storage.
You entered on a visit visa, a student visa, or what?
Yeah, I came as a visitor.
Okay, and then what was the purpose? How did you get the visit visa? What did you tell them when you got your visit visa?
I was come to visit Disney, and then I decided to stay.
And did you do that? Did you visit Disney?
No, I didn't. I go to New York, and then after New York, I go to Virginia, and after Virginia, I go to Disney. But yeah, I went to Disney. Yes.
Okay, and tell me about the interview. How did the interview go with your spouse? Like, did they separate you? How was it? Was it hard? Was it easy? Were they nice? Was it mean? Which field office was it?
Okay, my spouse can explain this is much better. Okay.
Our lawyer was with us when we went to the interview. He said everything went very well. And everything seemed very easy. Like, they didn't ask any really challenging questions or anything. I mean, everything went very smoothly, it felt like.
Did they split you up?
They did not, no.
So no Stokes interview. What field office was it?
Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh, they don't mess around in Fairfax. And what was the basis of the asylum claim? Was it being gay in Egypt, or was it something else?
It was being gay in Egypt, yes.
Okay. How long was the interview?
It took about maybe an hour at most, I would say. Like, it wasn't very long.
Yeah, it's like 38 and 45 minutes at the most.
Was there anything afterwards that you were worried about?
No. And like I said, our lawyer was in there with us. He said everything looked good. And yeah, we weren't worried about anything. When we left the interview, the officer told us that they needed to get the asylum case before they could approve the case. Like, we met our lawyer yesterday. They said that they think that her words were something to the extent of, she's like, I think they've already reviewed the marriage. Like, I think you're good. She's like, I think they're just too lazy to put everything together.
No, that's probably right.
That's what she told us.
When did you file the marriage case, the I-130 and the 45?
September of 2021.
September of 2021. So it's been pending for a while. Yeah, you might think about suing them.
So when we went to the lawyer yesterday, we kind of brought this up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently only certain law offices sued the USCIS. Like, she said that they refer for that.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling us, I can't remember the name of the rule, but there was like some rule that you wait like 5 years. Do you know what she's talking about?
No, so we're the office that people refer to. We've done this 1,600 times. It's my favorite thing to do. It's something we sue them probably, I think, 50 times a month, maybe 40 times a month for delays like this. So 4 months after an interview is a pretty long time, and they haven't approved the I-130 even yet, right?
Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing so, approved.
I think if you sue them, you're either going to get an approval notice or you're going to get another interview sometime in the next 90 days. There's something
Okay.
about the case. There's something about the case they don't like. I don't know what it is. It might be that they feel like they can't get a good background check on Nader in Egypt. It might be that they aren't believing that he's gay or the relationship, or they're not believing, or they're thinking there's something in the asylum case that they're still, as your lawyer said, too lazy to go get. But the great thing about the lawsuit is it makes them go do this stuff. It's sort of like a fast forward button. So I think if you sued them, they would stop screwing around here pretty quickly.
Do you want to say what the officer say is not his case?
Nader's concerned because whenever we went there, so we heard apparently the officer that was supposed to do our case did not show up that day unexpectedly, so we got somebody else.
That happens sometimes. Actually, that happened once when I was at the Fairfax field office. Yep.
So he's worried that might be part of the reason it's taken so long, because we had somebody else instead of the officer.
It could be because if I know this isn't what you want to hear, but if you think about it from their point of view, it's like, God damn it, I got my own stack of cases, and now I got to do Joe's case from down the hall because Joe was too lazy to show up for work. And now it's technically Joe's case, but I'm the one that did the interview. So what in the hell we're going to do? So I think most likely before you ever get a green card, you're going to have another interview. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't care about anything. We get married, and then we bought a house, and then we moved to the house, and we do everything together. So we're not afraid that they will feel like it's fake marriage, because we know it's not fake. So
Good.
we are willing to go with second, third interview. I don't care about this. But the care is like when they put my asylum case in the storage, this is like really put me on fire. And then now when you make it like too long to get decision, like why? I'm not sure. Shall I call the USCIS? It's like, can I have a second interview, or I meet some of the management or boss or whatever?
None of that stuff works. The only thing that works is suing them, because when you sue them, this is what happens. We mail a copy to that Fairfax field office, and the field office director goes, "Hey, Joe, who's got Nader's case?" "Oh, that's Frank. Frank's got Nader's case." "Okay, well, we got to decide this thing because Hacking sued us again in federal court in Virginia." So all that other stuff, calling them or InfoPass, which they don't even do anymore, or Ombudsman, none of that stuff works. The only thing that works is suing them.
Okay, because I believe like I'm gonna give them like at least 2 weeks after my.
Give them as long as you want.
120
Whenever you're ready. Yeah, just call us
Yeah,
back
and then
when
I
you're
will
ready.
do
No rush.
I will contact your office in Virginia. That's correct, and then I can go from there.
Sounds great, Nader.
Okay, how many days will take you to submit or to sue them? Like
No
what
longer than
documents
two.
you
No,
need from
no
us?
longer than two. No longer than 2 weeks. Usually just a week, and all we really need is the I-130 and the 45 receipt notices.
Okay, we have all this. Like on
Sure.
the 2nd or the 3rd of May, I'm gonna contact you, and then we can sue them. I'm really happy to sue them.
I'm always happy to sue them, and
Yeah.
I'm happy when my clients are happy to sue them. So let me know, Nader.
Of course, I appreciate
buddy.
your help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye, guys. All right. Let's say hi to Amkar. Hi, Amkar. I can't hear you, bud. I don't think you're on mute. I think it's your headset, although I see the green light. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Hello, am
There
I
you
audible now?
Now you're good.
Yeah, thank you. Quick question. I'm a spouse of L1B visa holder. I'm currently working on L2S visa. My extension, both of us, our extension is due on September this year, and I have I-94 valid till October this year. So my first question is, after the although my extension is filed, after the September, like I have a 1 month period on I-94, will I be able to work for that 1 month, or I won't be able to work until I have the valid L2 extension?
I don't know the answer to your question.
Okay.
If you email me the timeline and everything, I can ask some people here in the office, but I don't know the answer to your question.
Okay. Sure. I'll be happy to. Can I have the email ID?
Yep.
Okay.
info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Just give me the timeline of when you first got your first visa until now, and then I'll tell you what we can find out.
Okay. And one more question. Not sure whether you have answer for this, or should I add it in the mail itself?
No, go ahead.
So my second question is, so current L1B processing time is of 5 weeks, and for L2 processing time is of 7 months. So in past, we always file L1B and L2 extension together, but every time they approved L1 and then they took their own time for approving L2.
Yeah.
So would it happen in the same way this time as well? Because I heard couple of if both filed together, now they have started rolling out approvals for L2 and L1 together.
I haven't heard that, so I don't know.
Okay.
In my experience, they do them separately, and the L2s go slower.
Yeah. And one last question. So we are maxing out next year around February.
Yeah.
So question is, maxing out period of my spouse and me is it calculated based on my spouse max out period, or they calculated separately?
I think on the L1 holder.
To step out for a month or two outside country, and but I'm planning to stay back. Now, just wanted to know if her period of 1 month will be considered in my max out period, or will be.
I believe it is. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks, Ankar. See you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, Helena's here. Hi, Helena. Can you hear me? I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
I got you now.
Awesome, thank you. So I got few questions. My case is in California. I got approved for asylum, and I moved temporarily to Virginia. And I was wondering, it's already in progress. It's been almost 4 months since it's in progress, and it says they took the fingerprint. And I have family there who can take care of it and send it to me, or I can go there. But do I actually have to move it to Virginia, or it's okay to stay there since it's already in progress?
What kind of case is it?
Asylum.
So you used a different address, or you moved?
I moved. It's still the old address. It's still in California, but I came to Virginia.
So you're living in Virginia, but your asylum case is pending in California.
Yes.
Have you updated your address with the asylum office?
Not yet.
You're legally obligated to do that.
Mm.
The law says you have to do that within 10 days.
Okay.
I don't like it when people, I'm not saying that you're playing games, but I don't like it. And more importantly, USCIS doesn't like it when, because fundamentally what happens is if they end up scheduling you for an asylum interview in California and then they realize that you're living in Virginia, they get really mad because
I did already the interview. It got accepted. I'm waiting for a green card.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
So
let's start over. So you've already been granted asylum.
Yes, it's already accepted, and I applied for a green card.
Okay, same thing. So when you applied for the green card, you were living in California, and now you live in Virginia.
Yes.
So you have to notify USCIS, not the asylum office, that you moved within 10 days.
Okay. So do I just have to change my address, or the case has to be moved to Virginia?
You don't have to do anything other than change your address. They will move it to Virginia, or they'll just approve it without an interview.
Okay. One other question I have. One of my friend, he did apply for asylum too, but it's taking too long for him to get interview, and he was thinking to switch it to a different state.
Does he live in a different state, or does he just want to send it to a place that he thinks is faster?
Yes, he wants to send it to the place that's faster.
No, you can't play games with addresses both ways. You don't get to try to pick where your green card case gets processed. You don't get to pick which asylum office has your case. You list the address and where you sleep at night. That's for any immigration benefit. You list the address where you sleep at night, and you let go of the result. If he wants an interview, I can get him an interview. I can get him an interview in 3 months. If his case has been pending a long time, he just has to file a lawsuit. But you do not play games with it. Why would you ever want to start any interview at USCIS with the first issue being the first question they're going to ask you, where do you live? And you're going to say, I have a Virginia driver's license, but my case is in California. That pisses them off right out of the box. You're making them mad right at the beginning. So I don't know why anybody would do that.
Right. You're right. All right. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Bye, Helena. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. All right, everybody. Now listen, they're having a lot of comments. Go ahead and leave us some comments. Let us know where you're watching from. There's 235 people watching the show. We love to know where people are, especially when they're new timers. We like our old timers too. We like everyone who's been coming week after week, day after day. All of our big fans and friends of the show. We like seeing everybody. We like hearing your successes. We love it when people tell us about a green card they received or naturalization that they went to. All that stuff is good. Now, next up, Tony's wife. What do you say, Tony's wife? Can you hear us? Hello? You're on mute. You're on mute. She's out of here. All right. There's a lot of monkey business going on the show today. A lot of people having trouble with, we got Pullman, Washington, upstate New York, West Virginia, Nigeria, of course. We're going to have to do a tour of Nigeria and Ghana. That's all there is to it. I don't know when, but we will do it. All right. Datu's here. Datu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How
Good
are
evening,
you?
sir.
Good
I'm
evening.
fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Great, thanks.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question here, sir. Before I talk to you regarding this one, but there was my phone issue. I can't talk to you properly, so that time.
It's okay.
So right
Go
now
ahead.
my question is, right now my question is here. I traveled. I came to United States on C1D visa. Then after
On
2 years, I
wait,
married.
hold on. What kind of a visa?
C1D,
So like a crew member.
crew member.
Okay.
So I joining for the job. I came here to. Then after that, I didn't went, and then after 2 years I married a US citizen. Then after that we have a problems and our relationship not standing longer. And then I decided to move off from them. And then after 2 years I applied for I-360, and then I got my I-360 receipt, everything, and then after that, I-360 is approved.
Okay.
And then right now my question is here. At the same time, I have applied for I-485, I-31, and I work authorization. I got the EAD, but the thing is like that EAD is still is valid until 29. But I forgot to say that after this one, after they give me EAD everything, they give me that I-360 approval last October. So this they give me with a new EAD. So I have a question. You said like I want to travel, but you said don't go. So now my 360 approved already. So 6 months ago, I get a deficiency letter, medical deficiency letter. So I done medical. I'm waiting for still submitting the medical.
Why are you waiting?
They're gonna send you a letter for. They send me the deficiency letter. Don't send me the document until we ask the next notice. Wait for the next notice in the deficiency letter. So that's what I waited for that, and then still like almost 3 months. They sent me on January 3rd, and now it's like April or something, April 13, 14, I think. So whatever. So how long will they gonna take a time for submitting medical? Because my I-485 is pending.
I have a different question.
Yes.
Generally, a C1 can't get adjustment of status by marrying a U.S. citizen in the United States. It's not a proper entry for purposes of adjustment when you come as a crew member.
Okay.
So has somebody told you that your plan will work? Because I'm not sure that your plan will work.
So what can you do, sir? But they give me the approval of I-360.
None of that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The 45 is the whole shooting match. My question is, has anybody sat down and told you that if you come on a C1, marry a U.S. citizen, file an I-130, and then convert it to
No,
an I-360.
I didn't file I-130. I filed
Okay.
I-360.
Okay, fine. That
Yeah.
if you come on a C1, has anybody told you that you can then file an I-360 after being married to an abusive U.S. citizen and then adjust status? Because I don't know that that's true.
Okay. So do you think what's gonna be next notice and they saying, and then they're gonna ask me for the interview, or they're
What I'm
gonna
saying is,
approve?
I think you need someone to figure out if your plan is even going to work. I think it's not going to work. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I might be wrong. You might be able to get a green card through an I-360 after entering on a C1, but I wouldn't be surprised if you cannot.
Oh. So well, I didn't apply for the I-130. I applied for directly I-360 after 2 years of
I understand.
abusing of my spouse.
I know. But the theory of an I-360 is that it's a substitute for an I-130, that you shouldn't have to suffer with an abusive spouse who holds an I-130 over you. And therefore, we have the I-360 in place to protect men and women who are being abused by U.S. citizens.
Okay.
But if the law also says, so here's my theory. If you can't get a green card by marrying a U.S. citizen when you enter as a crew member, because that's not the kind of inspection that they want in order for someone to adjust. If you can't do that, then does that prevent you from filing an I-360 on an I-130 on an I-360 when the underlying marriage could never have served as the basis for adjustment? Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah. So do you think what's gonna be happen next? They're gonna send me the next deficiency letter. Sorry, they're gonna send me the medical letter. But my lawyer said it's gonna be work because they approved your I-360. You didn't apply go through I-130. So your
I don't think that's the important question. So here's what I would say. Has your lawyer put in writing to you that this plan is going to work? That's my question.
Yeah, he said that your I-360 is approved.
He say it in writing.
Writing, he didn't say over the writing, sir.
Has he researched the law and said, now, Mr. Tusk says that you can get it despite entry as a crewman. I don't know if I hope Mr. Tusk is right. I hope your lawyer is right. But what I'm saying to you is, your lawyer telling you something in your ear is very different than doing research and looking in the law books to figure out if this is something that can or cannot be done. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong, all you're waiting for is the RFE for your medical and you're good to go. If I'm wrong, hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, but they still I'm waiting for the medical. They didn't send me the submitting document. Yeah, I'm waiting for the submitting medical I-369 or something. Sorry, what is the medical?
693.
693. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. So
I don't know, brother. I think this case is not going to work. But see, now I got someone else telling me USCIS says C1 is barred unless it's a VAWA case. So you might be golden. If that's true, you're just waiting for the medical. They'll ask you for it. Just you're fine.
Okay. So they sent me 2 times RFE before approving I-360. I sent it RFE everything. I explained everything, and then after that only I get approval of I-360. Still okay, sir. You said like.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. May is here. Hi, May. You're on mute, May.
Hi, can you hear me?
Barely. I can barely hear you. Can you talk a little louder?
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, that's better. Thanks.
Oh, great. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I have a question for you, but it would be most likely just getting your opinion on something. So I'll give you like a overview of my case. So I entered the US in 2016 on an F1 visa, right? And I went to school, like I went through the entire process, and after a couple years of graduation, I got married to my boyfriend in 2020. So a couple months after that, I filed for the adjustment of status.
Mhm.
That was clear cut. Like it went great. Everything was timely. I was good. But right now, within the next like 2 weeks, I'm supposed to be filing the removal of condition. That's the I-751.
Okay.
And but there, like I have an issue because I realized since a few months ago that my boyfriend, which now husband, like it's kind of unique, but I realized that he was like just using me for he was using me like and he's the citizen, I'm the immigrant, but financially like he hasn't been working or anything like that, and he doesn't want to work. And know that he knows that it's almost time for me to file the he's
751.
starting to give me issues and like take stuff that he wants, and he's doing all that. And
May, your reception is breaking up. May, your connection keeps breaking up. Are you on cellular? Or are you on internet or what? Your story keeps breaking up.
I am on cellular.
Okay. All right. Try to maybe stand still because it keeps shorting in and out. But basically, I think what I understand is you're married to a U.S. citizen. You got the 2-year green card. He's sort of a bum. He's not contributing in any real way, and he's sort of holding the 751 over your head. Is that fair?
Right. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be applying in the next 2 weeks, and I don't want to. He's threatening my stance as it relates to the 10-year green card. So I don't want to apply. I don't want to apply with him. I want to do it by myself. Like I want to submit the form as representing myself.
Yeah.
Like what's your suggestion? Like, can I do that even though I'm not divorced or anything like that?
So in order for it to be approved, you'll have to be divorced. So ordinarily we would wait to file until the divorce is final, but at least we'd want to have the divorce on file when we file the 751 solo.
So what if I submit with him, like he wants to sign the paperwork, but I just don't have any trust. I don't trust him. He wants to sign with me and submit.
When you say in the next 2 weeks, are you inside the 90 days or you're 2 weeks until the 90 days?
I'm 2 weeks until the 90 days.
And I mean, are you gonna get divorced or no?
I mean, like it's been a 7-year relationship. I'm still thinking about it, but I feel like there is a strong chance of us getting divorced if he keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah. So if he's willing to sign it and you're willing to let him sign it, I'm okay with it as long as you're doing a whole lot of things to protect yourself, if that makes sense. Like you need to make sure that you have a full set of the documents on your own. You need to make sure that you have lots of evidence since you got the 2-year green card. You need to build a strong case, but then you need to make it not dependent on him. You need to go talk to a divorce lawyer. I'm okay with you filing this jointly. I'd rather you not. If I were in charge, but and that's taking the emotion out of it. As a lawyer, it's cleaner to just file one application, and it's cleaner if it's just from you, because then we don't have to worry about him.
Yeah, but say I do it by myself, because I have a lawyer and he suggested that if I'm going to do it with him jointly, that what he would do if we're going to counseling and stuff like that, he suggested that he would like write a letter. If we do it jointly, write a letter stating what's happening and letting USCIS know that we're going through some issues. We have some issues, and most likely we're trying to work through them, but like there may be a divorce. Just putting it out there.
I like that.
That's-
I like that. I like that approach.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm always about, the tricky thing is when a marriage is very shaky and it's time for both to sign the 751, that's a very vulnerable time for the immigrant because one, as you know, the U.S. citizen has a little bit of power over them, but two, you don't want USCIS to ever think you tried to trick them or act like you were married when the marriage was sort of over. So I've had people, believe it or not, May, file for divorce and then file the 751 together, and act like everything's cool and that USCIS wasn't going to find out about the divorce. So I think being overly explanatory, give more facts, not less. I'm okay with that.
Okay. I guess I'll do it. I'll just take his advice. I'm thinking maybe we don't have to do another interview.
Well, that's the trick bag of sticking with the U.S. citizen is you're putting them all into the power of they have all the power when you need them to come to the interview. That's the tricky part.
Okay.
I wouldn't file it jointly, but if you're going to file it jointly, I like the idea of the lawyer. I would rather you see what happens the next 90 days. I would say to myself, I need to figure out what I'm going to do in the next 90 days. And then you technically you can file these late. You would never want to file it late, but you could file it late. And I just hate getting into bed with him again on another USCIS form for him to hold over you. Now they're saying they're going to take 4 years to process these things. So I don't want you to be stuck under his thumb while that whole case is pending, because I don't like the way that he's treating you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't beat me or anything. It's not a beat or anything like that. It's just mentally abusive.
Yeah, well, that still sucks.
Yeah, he's like everything that's wrong with America, but such is life.
Yeah, I don't know about America being like that, but I would ditch him.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bye, May.
Thank you.
Good luck. Shelly was laughing at that one. Shelly came out of her chair when she heard that one. Hi, Shelly. How you doing?
Hello. Hi. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. I'm good. Good afternoon. So I have a sticky situation, because I came here in 2001, but it was not my thing. It was somebody else's paperwork, and I got caught right in the airport, and they sent me back home, right? But the next year, 1 year after, I came back. And I'm in America since 2000. The first incident was 2000, and I've been here since 2001. I got married.
How did you come back?
The same way I came in the first place. Somebody else's paper.
So my name's Shelly, and I had a passport from somebody named Jill, and I got busted.
Yeah.
And then I came back with a passport for somebody named Ann, and I got admitted.
Yeah.
And I've been here ever since.
Yes, right. And then I got married 2004, and I had a child outside of the country, and I put in the petition, and they granted her the green card, and then she stayed until she's a citizen, and she was fine. Right now she's an adult, 28. She's on her own, gone about her business. No, me. I've always looked into lawyers, and nobody said they could help me. Nobody could help me. So now me and my husband, he's having other relationship. Everything went sour after all that time, because we've been together from just as I came off the plane. We've been together from 2000.
So you never filed for any immigration benefit for yourself?
So now I did in 2020. I did file the VAWA, and I get the work permit and social with the travel documents where they say I could travel, but I don't trust it, so I don't use it. And they approved the VAWA in this January. I filed 2020, right? And now, to this year, January, they approved the VAWA January 5th, and I was so excited, right? And then by January 13th, I saw a letter, and the letter is saying, oh, we are reconsidering our earlier decision. And I'm like, what is going on? I have no idea.
January of 2023.
Yeah, right now, this
Yeah.
January, yes.
Yeah.
They
You said
approved it on the 5th.
Yeah.
Yes, they approved it on the 5th. And by the 13th, another thing came that says, we're reconsidering. Yeah. So I feel so stuck. I feel so lost. I feel so confused. I'm like, okay, I thought everything was going fine. You know, they gave me the 1 year work permit and travel documents. Then they gave me a 2 years. It expired. They gave me 2 years. And then they approved the VAWA. And now this, but the lawyer that I'm using said they could see it. Like when you look up the case, they could see where it says, we're reconsidering your case, and this is we're going to email you. But they said they never got anything. And for some reason deep down, I don't know if they're lying, if they got something and they don't want me to be afraid, scared, or, you know, they really didn't get anything. But I just feel stuck. I don't know anything. So I said, I found you, and I said, let me come on the show and ask you, because you seem very knowledgeable about stuff like this.
So here's my question. Was there any question in the VAWA process or the 45 where they asked whether you ever made any misrepresentations to the government?
No, because the thing is, they said, even though they could see what I'm seeing, where it said we're reopening, we're reconsidering, they don't get anything to say why. You know, they haven't got anything from them.
So have you only filed the 360, or did you file a 45?
The 45, that's for the green card, right?
That's on file, right?
Yeah, yes, they did both of them, because I have 2 receipts.
Listen, on the 45, there's this question, and the question is, have you ever given any U.S. government official any documents that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? That's on the 45, right? Did you answer yes?
I didn't fill out anything. The lawyer did it.
Who's they? You didn't read your 45? You didn't read your government forms?
No, not really. When I use a lawyer, I just.
Shelly, this isn't a game, man.
Yes.
You didn't play by the rules when you entered the first time. You didn't play by the rules when you entered the second time. And now you're telling me you didn't even read the forms you submitted. There's a specific question that says, have you ever given any U.S. government official any documents that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? And you told me that you gave them passports of other people. So if you're,
I think the lawyer turned that in. I think the lawyer turned that in, because they asked me for it.
Okay, so that's good, but that's probably what happened. They probably knee-jerk approved the 360 without looking at the 45. Now they're looking at the 45 and they're saying, what the hell? This lady has big misrepresentation problems. She's entered twice with false documents. And so I think there's a really big problem here. And certainly this is a bigger problem than I can handle on a phone call like this. Like, in order for me to give you any kind of quality legal advice or instruction, I would need a complete timeline on everything that happened. I would need to see everything that's been disclosed to USCIS. I would have to do a Freedom of Information Act request on all of your files from USCIS. I think they're going to come at you hard with this. They don't want to give you a green card. This is not an easy case. And most importantly, you need to look at that 45. If you haven't read it, if you don't have it from your lawyer, you need to get it from your lawyer, and you need to look for that question. Have you ever given any documents that were false or information that were false, fraudulent, and misleading? That is probably why they reopened the case, because now they're going to come get you.
What do you mean, come get me?
They're going to come try to deport you. I don't think they're going to like this case at all.
Oof. Oh man, that is serious.
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes immigration hard. Cases like this where people just come and do what they want, file whatever they want, and treat it like a game. That's the problem.
Yeah, I had issue back in that. I couldn't stay, but I didn't know how to handle it. I don't know about um asylum. I don't know about none of those things. I just knew I had to get away. I had to run away, right? And I didn't have anyone really to show me, like tell me, okay, you have these type of problem. You can file for asylum. I don't know none of that. I just came. I know I left my baby. I had to get her as well. I married my boyfriend back from the islands, and because he's the same one, but because of the problem we're having, we got separated in 21, but we're still married. You know. Oh
All right,
God,
Kelly,
this
good
is
luck.
crazy.
Good luck
I
to
have
you.
3 kids with him.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry. I mean, you do have, it sounds like you have a 21-year-old U.S. citizen child, don't you?
I have a 28 citizen and 19. She's gonna be 20. I have a 16 and I have a 9. They're
So, Shelley, you need some in-depth, deep thinking legal help. You need much more than filling out forms and shooting things over to USAS in the mail. You need someone to sit down and analyze your entire immigration history, all of your prospects. Then you need to explain everything very explicitly to USCIS and beg for their mercy, and maybe you can stay. But this approach that you're going with now, it ain't flying. I got to go, Shelley. Good luck.
all right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Zahed's here. Hi, Zahed.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Jim, I have a question. My 485 and 130 is pending since October 2021. And I also had an asylum application that was referred to the court. That happened last year, sometime in October, after a year after I applied adjustment of status. So my question is, it's been almost year and a half since October 2021. I still haven't received anything besides my advanced payroll and EAD card. So do you think my asylum application being in the court holding me up for moving my case forward?
Can we drill down a little bit more on your are you
Yes.
hearing that? Yeah.
I can hear you, but there's a tapping noise.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like feedback.
I think it's your mic, but I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay. So give me your timeline of when you entered the United States, how you entered, what kind of visa you had, and then you applied for asylum. You had an asylum interview, and then it got referred.
I entered the United States in 2011 as a visitor, and then I transferred my B1 to a F1, went to school, finished my study, and I had my CPT, OPT, and tried to find a job, and things didn't go well, so I couldn't get sponsored for H1B, and I switched college from one to another just to keep my thing going. So at some point, it became for me very, very difficult to continue all that. And also, I couldn't go back home because of the fear of persecution that I had earlier. So I applied for asylum, and I applied for that in 2015. So it kept going with no interview until 2019. So 2019, I had my interview with asylum officer in Virginia, and then no response. She said she would let me know in 2 weeks what her decision, but she didn't tell me anything until I didn't get any response until a couple months ago. So by the time I was married in 2016, I got married to my wife. She's a U.S. citizen. Actually, she was a green card holder. Then she became U.S. citizen afterward. And then she filed for me in 2021, October, I-130 and 485. and 765. So my EAD and AP got approved, but nothing has happened on 130 and 485 yet.
So
And
in
it's Baltimore field office.
answer to your question, I do think that the fact that your asylum case is now in the immigration court, USCIS can't approve the 485.
But is it okay for them to send your case to court when they know you have another adjustment of status application going on? Because they referred it to the court after a year.
After your 485 was on file.
After we filed 485, after a year, they send it to the court. And it's the same A number, same alien.
Since you didn't withdraw the asylum case, I think technically it's okay. They can do that. So I don't think we can blame them for that when we didn't withdraw the asylum case.
I was very hopeful. I thought they will approve my asylum because since they were taking too long, and I was doing some research, people were saying normally the cases that they take too long, it means they're doing background investigation before they approve you. So that's why they're taking too long.
I don't think that's true. So if I were you, what I would do is I would sue them on the I-130, get the I-130 approved, then take the I-130 approval notice, go to the immigration court, terminate proceedings with the judge, and then go back to USCIS to get your green card approved.
But I can't sue them for I-130 because I did file concurrently, and I-130 processing time is showing 36 months for all field office.
We don't listen to those fools for what their processing times are. That's not a reasonable amount of time. 3 years isn't reasonable. You don't have to wait for their processing times. They just keep pushing them back. You can sue them whenever you want, and you've waited plenty.
And also, my attorney just submitted. She's trying to. I think she send a written plea to the court, and that's why she's trying to terminate the removal proceeding. I don't know if it's a right approach or wrong, but
I usually wait till the I-130 is approved to do that. Your timeline's a little bit different, so I can see why she did that. But I would focus on getting the I-130 approved because the judge probably won't get too excited about termination until the I-130 is approved.
She's saying she's trying to get in touch with the DHS attorney, and trying to file a joint motion to terminate.
Yeah. But sometimes they're so busy that they don't even respond. I get it. I know exactly what your lawyer's doing. I'm okay with it. But I would focus on the I-130. That's the whole shooting match.
That's the thing we need to get approved first. Yeah. So if I have her as my main attorney, can I sue them using your law firm, or I have to?
Oh, sure. No. People keep their lawyer all the time when we sue, and it's funny because sometimes the clients don't even tell the lawyer, and we file the lawsuit, and then the lawyer says, "Hey, I have good news." After we sue them, "Hey, I got good news. The case is moving," and you're like, "Yeah, ha ha ha." That's because we sued them.
Of course. So what I need to do to get in touch with you or your office?
Yeah, just send us an email, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Tell them I was the last person on Thursday's call. My name's Zahid, and I was wanting to talk about a mandamus, and we can go straight from there.
Okay, sounds very good. Thank you so much, Jim.
Okay, bye, Zahid. See you, bud. All right, everybody misses Shabazz. We don't know where he is. Shabazz. Oh wait, he's here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Huli, did you know Shabazz is here?
Hi, Jim. How are you? Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem. You got good news for me?
Jim, how's your Ramadan going on?
Alhamdulillah. It's like day 21. I'm doing great. This is the best Ramadan I've had since COVID.
Oh, nice. Yesterday night, I pray tahajjud. You know tahajjud?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Mr. Jim, I have one question. I will tell you what happened. Actually, I go to the UCI office last week, and listen to me, man. I told
you're fine.
Okay. I go there. They call the supervisor. I explain him my situation, my story. I explain him that my mother passed away 1.5 years back home, and I'm missing my baby from last 4 years, 3 months. So he told me that fill the I-31 and bring it here. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't leave. You're in removal. You can't leave.
Yeah. But sir, when I go there, he told me, he give me the appointment. When then I go inside. Next day, 8 o'clock, I was having the appointment. When I go there, the lady told me that we cannot approve your advance payroll because your mother is passed away 2 years back, and you are coming here now. I told her that, ma'am, I was not aware that how good you are, how good people you are. I was not aware that I can come to your UCAS office and I can request for something, because there were some people who came there for their emergencies. So he told me that your mother passed away 1.5 years ago. We are here. We are saying sorry for your loss, but you can apply to simply to Service Center I-31. We are not going to approve you for today. So I said, okay, I leave, and I send this I-31 to a normal mail for their office. But my question is, everyone is having same situation like me, right? They was having asylum, and then their I-30, I-485 is not moving. So I talked to her. She told me that your I-30, I-485, it will not move until the judge will remove your case from the court.
Right. We know that.
So I told her, ma'am, I think I'm thinking that UCIS is watching EOIR is watching UCIS, and it's 13 months going on, and I'm not expecting anything from next. I think it will not happen next 6 months or next 1 year.
Shabazz, I can't remember. Is your I-130 approved already?
I-31 is not approved. I filed
130.
Yeah. I-130 I filed last year, March 18, 2022. And this is now 13 months running on. And my case is showing from last 9 months, case is being actively reviewed by UCIS.
Right. Well, we know that's BS.
Yeah. And this lady told me that we send the letter to, we email the Vermont Center. And I told, then they told me, Vermont, they are sending your file here in Houston for I-30. But it's still 2 weeks finish, but nothing has happened.
Shabazz, I love how you think that they're acting quickly.
I just want to learn the procedure and structure. EOIR, the Executive Office of Immigration Services, where the judges, they are sitting there as they are when they will do something. Well, I'm going to die here. I can't wait for long. My baby, my siblings, they have told me, we can't take care, we can't handle your child. It's getting mad day by day. You have to come, lost your immigration status, do whatever you want. But my baby, I lost my mother. I don't want to lose my child.
So Shabazz, I mean, I think it's a little early to sue them, but if you get to 15 months, we can sue on the I-130, and then you take the approved I-130 to the immigration judge.
But sir, UCIS told me, if my attorney apply for I-30, are you sure they will work on my I-30?
Yeah, eventually.
But this lady, UCIS lady, told me, immigration officer, she told me, we will not work your I-30, I-485 until the immigration judge, he will remove your.
They don't know. The I-130 only USCIS can approve. They don't need anything to happen in the immigration court for the I-130 to be approved.
Sir, but the immigration lady told me, we will not work on your I-30 until your asylum case will be removed from the EOIR.
So that's why you need to sue them. Shabazz, I got to go, buddy. I got to go home. I got to make dinner.
I hope you understand. I will give you some good news. I'm not going to stay now. I'm not going to sit now. I have another appointment with the EOIR. And one more thing. Can he talk? Can he see my judge, immigration judge? And I will go to the immigration court. Can he go there? Can he say hi to him?
No.
Sir, he is human. I am human.
You can try. Do you have a court date?
I have a court date on September 1st. But
okay.
if I will talk to my attorney, he can make my date earliest, or he can talk to the immigration judge.
Shabazz, those judges have thousands of cases. It's not that he's not looking at your case. It's that he's got 1,000 other cases.
Sir, I agree with you. I approach UCIS and I got the right answer. I apply my I-31. They give me the appointment notice and I go their office. I was sitting on their heads. They told me it's there are a lot of cases, but what I did wrong?
I know. Shabazz, if you get to 15 months, we'll sue them. Okay, we'll sue them.
So, sir, what do you think? They will approve I-30, or what will happen in the next court date hearing, my asylum hearing?
No, we got to get that I-130 approved before your court date. We got to get that approved before September.
If September 1, my court date is there, what will happen in that date?
Well, Shabazz, that's when you get to say hi to the judge. That is the day you get to say hi to you go with your lawyer. That's when you get to say hi.
So my lawyer is saying that when you have court hearing before 45 days, I will write him the letter. Then he will again postpone your date.
Well, tell the lawyer not to do that.
So I will tell him to not to do that.
Yeah, you don't want a postponement. You don't want any more postponement.
So what will happen on that court hearing?
They'll say, Shabazz, do you have your approved I-130 yet? And you'll say no, but you'll say, Judge, it's been pending. By that point, it'll be 18, 19 months. But I'm saying, Shabazz, that if you don't have an approved I-130 by like June, you should call me back and we should sue them so that we can get it approved before you go to your court date in September. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, I understood, sir, all. But my question is, on September 1st, if my I-30 is not approved, the judge, what he will do?
He'll roll it.
He will what?
He'll roll it, postpone it another year.
So he will not ask about my asylum hearing?
No.
So why they're taking long? What they're doing there then?
This is what they do. I gotta go, Shabazz. I gotta go make dinner. Sorry, man. See you,
I will tell you, I'm not going to sit now. I will tell you, inshallah, with the good news, okay?
Okay, now listen, MD says, Shabazz, kindly use the last 10 days of Ramadan to pray to Allah. I also make dua.
I am doing everything. I'm doing everything. I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm doing tahajjud also. I'm doing everything.
Okay, bye, Shabazz. See you,
okay,
bye.
Bye.
All right, Assalamualaikum. Bye, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. I don't know if I could even recreate the first time Shabazz was on the show, but we always like seeing Shabazz. I'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. 3 p.m. Central. We'll do the last show of the week. It'll be like our 22nd show in a row. I will be here from 3 to 4. Tony's wife, if you come back tomorrow, you better be ready when I call on you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.